And my scissors.
Oh. You just gonna... Oh, wait. Hi, Facebook. We'll be there in a minute. Oh, hi, YouTube. Oh, that can't do that. We still love you, Instagram.
And we're all... Hello, everyone.
Welcome back.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been a while since you've been on live stream with us.
I think seniority says you have to lead this one now.
No! What have I done?
It's, if we take the 30-day average.
You're out of line, but you're right.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. We have just launched a new product. There aren't many left. We launched it 2 hours ago. And there are what?
There were 9 left 10 minutes ago.
Okay. Out of 60.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they're moving. I am wearing one. I think this is going to be a stream wherein I do a bunch of dress up to show a variety of different things that you could pair it with, and also talk about why we would make this. I'm gonna just hang on.
What is it?
I'm gonna just go to while we're talking. What this thing is, the battle tasset, as we call it on our website, the battle skirt, which was the runner-up name in the poll, and also the original name of the product in my mind.
Never gonna hear the end of this one.
And the third runner-up, the butt skirt. So
no, butt cape.
Butt cape.
Butt cape. Get it right.
That's right. Sorry. Thank you.
It's good. You get off this time.
This is, I think, I'll lead with, April is our birthday month. We always celebrate Volante Design's birthday in April. And last year when we were sort of mapping out ideas for kind of what kinds of things we could do throughout the year, the sort of idea in my head for April was just it's our birthday month. It's a good month to make weird stuff. It's a good month to make things that only Volante would make. And I had a bunch of those just loaded up. And one of them was a battle skirt, which is really honestly just half of a skirt. Why?
It's hard because it's the coolness is great, but it's hard to just say it's cool. Yeah. So a little bit more of the help us make a story besides this thing's cool.
And the funniest part was I literally could not be helpful for that. I did my best.
Fair.
And I honestly think that some people didn't even get it until we took photos earlier this week.
For sure.
I think it was still a little bit I don't know what this is gonna what this even looks like. But as soon as when you pair it with things, and when you're wearing it, it's a cool thing. It's for fun. It's just a little piece of joy, I think, in my opinion. It's why I wanted to make it, just because I wanted to.
That is literally the best reason.
Yeah.
And the fact that everybody's loving it. I think we intentionally snuck in a little teaser earlier this week because we also launched the battle the talons. I want to say everything with battle now.
Yep.
We launched the talons this week, our kind of Talon Mark II Part 2, and they had this in it, and everybody what was in 5 minutes? Someone's like, "Is that a battle skirt?" And I'm like,
"Yep."
Yep.
But it's not that name. It falls into the same category, in my opinion, as something like the half cape. It's it's kind of like why would you wear this in modern culture? Right. But because it's cool.
It's cool.
It feels cool to do.
You're keeping your arm warm.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm hiding the dagger.
We should have had a dagger.
We got a question. Can you show how it reverses?
Ooh,
oh yeah,
great question.
That's an excellent, extremely practical question for this relatively impractical item. No, it's not totally impractical.
It's not totally impractical, which is also nice because it's fun, but it has a little bit of practicality that's ooh.
Someone said, "Because I can" is the greatest reason to do something.
Yeah.
I think I always try and make something that has at least an arguable practical like sort of element to it.
Right.
So obviously, so this has a pocket. It's reversible as stated, and the same pocket is accessible from either side because of the way it's designed. So
Nice.
you don't. It was something our original like Star Warrior vest didn't have that. It just had pockets on both sides.
Right.
And if you turned it inside out, the thing that you kept in your other pocket was
Is now
not accessible. So I figured out a way to make it so the one pocket is accessible from both sides. So you can wear two of these because they're reversible, and you wear them together, and they become a symmetrical sort of lower half armor thing.
A skirt.
Yeah, a skirt.
Kilt.
Now it's a battle
Now
skirt.
it's the two tassets equal one skirt.
Yeah, previously it was it was just a half skirt, which doesn't exist, so it needed a different name.
Fair.
Tassets are individual pieces of armor that hang from the chest plates so that you can protect your thighs. So anyway, that's them together.
And I think you just have to like tuck this part of the buckle inward for it to be reversible. So if you were to take that same one, you just plop it right through the.
Yeah. So this is this is sort of just a protection panel. So like the buckle is not directly against what anything else that you're wearing. That's like a nice protection from the hardware touching against closer to your body. And then there's this nice little gap in here that you can just push that through. And now the buckles will be on the outside when I wear it on the opposite side. You have to do that for both the front and the back. And then sort of turn around the strap itself so that you can, oh man, I haven't even tried this. I love it.
You look like, which Final Fantasy is it with what, like the buckles? Was it Final Fantasy or
Like
something?
10? Like that's when the buckles got
I forget
totally
the characters, like she just has this trench coat and it's literally like half buckles.
Luna? It's Luna?
Yeah,
is her
yeah,
name?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the vibe that this is giving right now. Just buckles everywhere.
It's her like petticoat is just belts.
Yeah. Just belts.
Yeah.
You have to work on an airport too, so you can just like
Someone asked, any plans to make a future run in a smaller waist size?
Aha. There are no plans to make more of this, but that does not mean that we will not do it. It's just literally not in the plans. We had no idea that they would sell. We did it for fun. So we made it a little limited run. We were testing it out. This is a birthday sort of. It's a little bit celebration, but it was also. I mean, I don't want to say it's a hesitant celebration, but there was a part of like nobody really knew that this would be a thing people would want. Like people love our half cape, and we've sold lots of those. The Talon we've sold for years. They're weird things. The Cote sold really well. Like all those weird things seem to do well, but we are always like, let's just try it first, and not like go 100% in. So I'd love to do other colors. I'd love to sort of figure out how the current sizing is working and if there are other sizes that are worth making. But I will say, and I sort of set myself up for this. This is a perfect segue. I said on our Discord that I would show how to make the strap shorter, because the sizing is based on two things. Obviously, it's based on the distance between these 2 points is a fixed distance, but the straps are adjustable.
Right.
And the straps, because they have this, I'm going to maybe try and get a little closer to the camera. I don't know if that. They have this tri-glide on them, which means that you can adjust the length like that, make them longer. But it means that there is a maximum size to the buckle or the strap and a minimum size. And the minimum size is the entire strap doubled over. So that's not the smallest you could get between these two buckles, but it is with this tri-glide installed. Because the nice thing about a tri-glide is that it is sort of built-in strap management. You don't end up with hanging straps. But if you are willing, I brought, and this was sort of in the context of making the large small enough to fit on someone who would normally wear a regular, but I think it also obviously applies to somebody who wants a smaller sized, for smaller than the regular, or even somebody who wants bigger than the large. You could just get a piece of, a strip of 1.5 inch webbing, and cut it apart and put it together. So I brought. Do I have a large? Did I get a large?
I'm wearing a large. If you would like to take the one.
I think I have one here.
Do you have one then?
Yeah, that's also a regular. Yeah, I'll take that.
Wah, wah. I have to Good thing we have double zippers on this Kage jacket.
Yeah.
Not that we're talking about the Kage.
That's why we put the double zipper on the Kage jacket. Was
we knew all along.
So I made a second strap just for the fun of it. You want to take those straps off because I knew I'd want to do this. And I made it out of a different material, so I know I'm not destroying the wrong one.
Love it.
The under strap attaches to the center bar of the what do you call it, slider. Get your nice ninja themed scissors. Just cut that. Now I can make this as long as I need to. Well, as long as up to 26 inches about.
For legal reasons, we have to tell you that's only up to 26 inches.
Just cut my extra out. I probably could have saved some more of that, but that's it. Now it still has the tri-glide in there, but that's not an adjustable. But if I do want to adjust, I can take this out.
Kind of as big or small as you want now.
Get rid of that. Yeah, now
within reason.
Right. And again, if you just had another piece of 1.5 inch webbing, you could do this at any length that you need it. So now, I'll take that. I'm going to put the adjuster one on the front.
Battle skirt DIY. Perfect.
It covers more because it is the large is slightly larger. The straps are the same length between the regular and the large, but the large garment is a bit bigger. So it's got a little more coverage, but it's not all the way around.
Yeah.
It's only, I think, whatever the difference is between the smallest of each size.
It's 4.5 inches, or the smallest about 4.5 inches.
4.5 inches.
Yep.
So that's it. It's only a little bit more coverage, really.
Yeah. Well, it's nice too. That kind of also gives it a different look. So if you like the dangly strap, even if you have the size you want, you could just
do that.
Do that too. It's kind of fun.
Yeah. I made 2 of these, but it doesn't matter because I think the
point.
The point is made.
A few questions.
Yeah.
How much bigger is the large size compared to regular?
4.5 inch difference.
Yeah.
And right now the larges, if they're still up, because about 15, 20 minutes ago, there were only 9 available. So whatever's left, that's all that's left. Regulars are completely sold out. We may have a few maximum more that are kind of getting looked over for repairs, potential repairs that might go up on the website. I'll definitely announce that on Discord, but everything else is sold out.
Yeah.
A couple people chimed in. It was Lulu from Final Fantasy.
Lulu, not Luna.
Yep.
And
Thank you.
I got the first 2 letters right.
I know it was Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
Someone said, "Hi guys, greetings. I'm from Brazil and would really like to know, can you ship internationally?"
We do. We ship internationally. There are relatively few exceptions, which is that a couple of our licenses do not allow us to ship in specific regions. Each license is different. So if it says on the product page, this product only ships to USMCA, then that means the United States, Mexico, and Canada. I think that's Star Trek. We're only allowed to do North America. Yeah. The specifics are on the product page, but if it doesn't say anything about that on the product page, or if it's an unlicensed product, we ship anywhere in the world.
Someone asked, any Star Warriors nearby? I would like to see abnormal configuration.
Are there?
Are there abnormal configurations?
David would never.
You want that
I'll
back?
Take that back.
Yeah. You have your strap still?
Oh, yeah. talking about? Yeah, David.
Do you want to see this? I'll do it both. Never mind. I'll start with wearing this underneath the Star Warrior vest. I have a Star Warrior in gilded, but I'll wear it blue side out so that...
Your tag is... There you go.
Yeah. That's them together. To me, I think it just adds a little bit. But then...
I forgot that you could also wear this over the Kage, too. Being yelled at.
Good? But
Yeah.
you can even still use the pocket. You could even reach all the way through.
Wait, can you? Oh, you can.
Yeah.
Go right through the inner pocket. Oh my god, that's great.
It's a little goofy. Yeah, it's a portal to your second pocket. And with the Star Warrior vest, you could get all the way down to your pants if you were really wiggly about it.
So now we need to make a colorway that's blue on one side and orange on the other, so it just looks.
Just only the accent on the inside of the pocket.
Only.
So it's just like all gray with like just little touches.
Portal license when? No, I'm sorry.
Yep. As soon as they decide to make another Portal game or...
My heart.
But it's Valve. They don't make 3 of anything.
No. I mean, look at Left 4 Dead.
It just ends. There's 1 and then the sequel and then that's it.
2's better, but that's irrelevant.
Were there any other sort of questions?
No, there was a lot of hype for the double Tasset.
Yeah.
Just comments.
So I brought a couple of other unconventional pairings.
Options. While he's doing that, I'll just remind folks too, I got a few comments about when they will start shipping as soon as Monday. So really, they're not getting out today. This is our end of week today, but as soon as early next week, they will start going out. We have them on the shelves. Corvo vest minus hood.
If you want your asymmetrical point on your Corvo vest to be on the opposite side, the longer point to be on the opposite side, you can do that this way. Yeah, I took the hood off just for convenience.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, you can also take that over.
And now one thing that we picked on, or at least I picked on you about earlier, is that conveniently, most of your asymmetrical lines match up with each other unintentionally. So like even I'm wearing the Kage jacket underneath, and if I had it above, they're the same angle, which is great.
I think that the Corvo, like the Novus Noir, I feel like this is mostly like an off-world sort of piece.
Yeah.
It's kind of just like, it's got a Star Wars vibe, it's got a little bit of Destiny vibe, but I thought it looked pretty cool with the Corvo vest. Anything with an asymmetrical point.
Especially because how long it is. Like you can't mistake how like asymmetrical
Yeah.
it is. So if you put something with it, it kind of does this nice back and forth.
I did this crazy thing. If there are any other like specific requests for pairings to see what it looks like, please put them in the chat.
Especially before we ship all of these out and we have none left to show you
Yeah.
what they look like. Then a couple times somebody's like, I want to see this with this. And I'm like, we literally don't have any for me to show you.
They're completely gone.
Someone asked Tasset with the Obi. What does that mean?
Do I?
I can go grab an Obi.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Someone commented, the strap shortening may have sold me.
Did I grab the right one? Nope. The one, I will admit, the hardest part about putting this on is knowing which strap you grabbed from the back. Sometimes you grab the top one and you attach to the bottom. It's It's not the end of the world. It's fiddly, like all of my weird things. They're all fiddly. I swear these are going to ship out, and we're going to be getting emails being like, "How do I put this on?"
Oh,
because
we have a video to assist with that. If it's not up already, it's going to be. I don't know how you obi, actually.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
I would hope that you know how to obi.
I know how to put on the obi. But this was exactly what one of the problems with this one, because it's just like, well, how do you even?
I mean, now you're really going the full Final Fantasy route with the buckles.
As many buckles as possible.
This was also with it.
That is just an extra.
Okay, making sure it wasn't.
Quite the right length for me. All right, now.
Well, David's putting on an obi. We're at C2E2 this weekend. Not us.
Not us, obviously.
Physically. Chris on our team is going to be at C2E2 all weekend. We also have, I believe it's Michael in our Discord is going to be working with us at the booth. So feel free to stop by and say hi. I know it'll be bigger than ECCC. How many C's are there? ECCC. But not everything we have, but at least a good selection of jackets.
Yeah, it'll be a proper booth. 10 by 20.
10 by 20.
And a few different outfits. So I'm putting. That's my problem. I'm sorry for the sound because I've been like smacking this mic.
Everyone's just screaming, "Stop hitting the mic!"
I'm not used to wearing the mic, and I keep being like, "What is this on my shirt?"
I know we've upgraded. It's so nice.
Someone asked, what was the first design you produced?
The first manufactured jacket, meaning we've made where we made a bunch at a factory. These are
You tangled.
magnets. Well, it's just there's a lot of magnets.
Magnets, how do they work?
The first manufactured design was the Kestrel, which was a Assassin's Creed inspired short jacket. While we worked on the first run of the Eagle, and it was sort of the Kestrel was designed as like the test run for manufacturing. While the Eagle, because the Eagle was so much more complicated than the Kestrel, it was just like, let's first figure out how to make a jacket, and then we'll make the most complicated jacket any factory in the United States has ever seen. That's it, just one, and then the second one will be the hard one.
See, that's good though, because then like everything else after that, if you've gotten the hardest one as the second thing you've ever made,
Right.
Everything else is just
Everything
cakewalk.
else is easy. This is not the best way to put on an obi, because they're all messed up back here. But I think the visual would be clear.
Yeah.
Someone asked, is it the same strap buckle as the auditory cape or one from operator system or all new buckles?
It's the same design as the auditory cape, but a larger buckle. Yeah, that's
That's a
cool.
lot.
That's
of buckles.
a lot of buckles.
That's a lot of buckles. If you put a replicant on over that, or
put this on over
plus a double, we're going nuts.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that. That's very fun, and you can kind of like this goes on this angle, so you want to go a little bit that way and then a little bit that way, and have them all.
Got another question. So potentially dumb question, but why are the jackets so expensive? I want one so bad, but my budget doesn't allow. Is the quality that good? No shade, just genuine curiosity.
Respect that question.
I appreciate your curiosity. Yes, quality's that good. It's expensive to produce cool, weird things, and because the stuff that we're making is so complicated, and like there's a lot of things that go into it. But basically, I designed something so that it fits really nicely. So it's got a tailored fit, cut like built into the style of the jacket. That in and of itself, even without all of the details and the accents and all this other stuff, that in and of itself is more difficult to produce than a standard manufactured jacket. Most jackets, they're just, when you go on a sizing chart and it tells you this is the chest size and this is how long the jacket is, it's because those are the only two measurements that matter, because the chest is usually the largest. So it's just, we made like this size. If you need a 42-inch chest, it's this big and then it's 42 inches all the way straight down. That's not how we operate. We make something that really fits all the way down, but that means that the fewest number of pieces around the body that we can use in a, like that we could make a jacket in is 6 pieces as opposed to 2 on a standard jacket. Right. That's the fewest number of just like base, like form. Right. And then you add, all the other complexities of making something really interesting and then making it in the United States or even making it overseas, because we ensure when we're making it that the people who make the stuff that we want, that we like, who make our product, get compensated like adequately for their skill level. It's hard to do. It's a lot of work. There's a lot of work that goes into the construction. There's a lot of work that goes into the quality of the material, and all the heavyweight materials that we use are hard to work with, like literally physically hard to work with your hands. It's exhausting. It takes a lot of skill to get these like really accurate details and really accurate, top stitching. All of that stuff means if we're putting in all that work, we're making it super durable, because it feels like something like when I make a piece that I call a piece of armor, like it should feel like a piece of armor. Yeah. The weight feels like a piece of armor. When you drop it on the ground, it goes clunk. Most clothing doesn't go clunk when you drop it on the ground. But that for me, that's the final picture. Is like when we make something based on Devil May Cry, the main character of Devil May Cry fights demons. For me, wearing a Devil May Cry jacket should feel like I could go out and fight demons. Before, like, just putting it on should be like, oh yeah, I can fight some demons. I don't know, I feel like that's probably enough to explain, but that feeling can only be gotten with like a really heavy quality material and with like really solid feeling construction, and all that stuff costs money. Mm-hmm.
Oh, and we're a small business, I think, is another part too. I've seen a lot of people that think we're like a team of 100, and it's like, nah.
We're 8 people. I'm gonna go, that's a good point. And it's a really good segue to something that I've been thinking about a lot lately in light of tariffs. Small businesses that work in small quantities will be disproportionately affected by the tariff system, because even for us, there's a 10 to 20% difference in the cost of a product if we make 250 or 500 of that same product. If we make 500 units at a factory, they will give us a 10 to 15% discount per unit. So, but we can't make 500 of most of our products. I mean, we only made 60 of these. So, but that's like, to use as an example, the smaller numbers you get, we're being charged surcharges. Those surcharges don't happen for big companies. When you make 10,000 of something, like if we made 10,000 of a hoodie, it would cost us so much less on an individual piece basis, and because of that, the tariffs will disproportionately affect us. So that extra 10%, because we made 250 of us, that's getting tariffed as well, right? Because it's all based in the like base price of a product. So all of our prices go up because we're making small, specialized, really unique, really different for units or products for a really specialized audience. Yeah. That's why those are a variety of reasons why the cost is high.
Someone compared the feel of our jackets to a weighted blanket.
Ooh.
It's got a bit of a comfort.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then someone said, I would like to see the Tasset paired with an augment vest.
Yeah. Do you want to?
Yeah, I could go grab you an augment vest.
I mean, this just makes me feel like I'm standing up straight because I got my girdle on.
It's like
Yeah.
posture
Yeah.
factor. Yeah, a lot of people chimed in about the quality of fashion for us. So.
Thanks. Maybe a little bit of. This, I mean, on Monday we were doing a bunch of like videos of how the tests, I mean, many of those may not even need to be shown now because we've sold out of them, but they're fun. And it was all about like trying to find a bunch of different outfits and pairing options for this unit because it's so kind of weird. And every single piece I put on, I was like, oh, that's cool. And it gives me an idea for another one I could pair with that.
Speaking of augment vests.
I should have been. That's right. Speaking of augment vests, go ahead.
The Augment V AV 1.1. That was released recently, and so that's the one I grabbed. Probably would look, actually, it's gray and black, but it's the gilded. So
It's the gilded,
it'll
so it's
do
got that
good
gold.
with any of them.
Yeah.
With either of them.
Sorry again for smacking my mic. Everyone who's listening, it's just.
Someone asked, any news on making new pants?
Yes, there is news.
I love when you're here and I could just be like, yeah, David.
The process is further along now than it was last time we spoke about it. There should be pants, I think, coming this summer. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Tis the plan.
luckily, we have one pair of pants coming from China, and some pairs coming from India. Tariffs will affect us. Luckily, we locked in the order from China before the insanity up to 125%. And that factory so far is willing to keep to their original quote, and that original quote included shipping and tariff and duties. So this time, yes.
Yeah.
So we'll have some coming soon. I'm very excited. I've been wanting to have pants for a long time again, and we will soon have options.
Pants for everyone. Pants.
Someone asked, any new ultraviolet items this year?
I don't.
There is, here he is literally saying it out loud. There are no, I cannot think of ultraviolet, but that purple is coming back. So if you've got ultraviolet already, or you've got just nice blue things, you can make an ultraviolet outfit by wearing it with the purple thing. Yeah.
It's hard to not make things in black, though, because black just ends up going with so many things.
Yeah.
I think you admitted earlier this week, maybe it is a goth thing or something. I think you were trying to find all these reasons and then
Yeah, no, it is, because everything needs to, no, well, so what I was thinking actually was, in high school, I dressed goth. I was not goth, but as far as everybody in my high school was concerned, I was dressed as a goth, because I think goth culture is one of the few alternative fashion cultures that emphasizes fit and tailoring and doing whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
And
valid.
That was cool because that's the one acceptable place to be like, yeah, I want to be a vampire. I want to be a cyber vampire, but I'll go with vampire first and then sort of branch in that, use that as my gateway into, and that's it. People think of goth as oh, those weirdos, but those weirdos are fashion forward in that they do what they want to do and they wear cool things that fit nicely.
To be fair, anybody who has stumbled across this channel is probably also a weirdo, and I say that as a weirdo. So I mean, we're here together, friends.
Yeah, we're trying. I think, and we've got the Novus Noir collection is sort of our executive goth collection.
Executive goth. I like
But but I think generally that inspired my the existence of goth fashion inspired my interest in doing fashion in a way that is different from the norm.
Yeah.
Even if it is not how I would necessarily, not that I don't, I mean, I think that goth people would look at what I'm wearing and be like, that's not it. But I like what you do, you know, like, but I respect it, you know, like. So I think it's adjacent.
Got a question. You brought back the Hacker. Any chance of bringing back the AJ3 for one last ride?
Ooh. I think we did that once already. We brought it back for one last ride already. The AJ3, I have been thinking about it a little bit lately though. It doesn't technically fit within like what defines the Augment collection right now, but maybe that's a flaw. Because like the Augment collection has become this kind of more than the AJ3, and the AJ3 it's really asymmetrical and it's really sharp and pointy and it's kind of really different. But I really liked that style, and you know, there is room. I think there's room to bring it back. I always wanted to do a short version of the AJ3. We obviously couldn't call it the AJ 1.5, but I think a shorter jacket that has that asymmetry and that really sharp, like, yeah.
We're gonna need new like naming conventions.
Yeah, it's
the AJ 3.4.5.
we can't call it the AJ 3.1S because S would mean storm, not short, and it's just.
Oh yeah. And for anybody who doesn't know what those conventions are, it's like Augment, J for jacket.
Yep.
3, third iteration, I would assume, or third
it's
in the line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not an iteration. Each one was a totally separate. Each version is a totally separate.
A separate
thing.
product.
Yeah.
Yep.
We did make a 3.1. I tried really hard. Then I argued to put that in the product title, and everyone was like, "No, that's too weird and confusing," because we had the marks and we had we had different versioning sort of labeling on different things. But now we just did the Augment V1.1.
We did.
So eventually my great ideas
Vindication.
all get in. Vindication.
Let's see. Someone asked, do you have anything that would be arcane-worthy clothing?
I keep hearing Arcane this year. It's starting to.
I mean, I kind of feel like this does a really good job of that. There's nothing. We haven't done anything specifically inspired by Arcane. I would love to. We do have our Victor vest, which is a coincidentally similarly named to the character Victor, and also he's wearing a like silver and gray vest in the show. So that one I think also kind of fits. We got a lot of comments about that when it came out.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think people were even confused why it was called Victor, because that had come out, and we're like, no.
It's it just launched in the same week.
You can take it that way, but for legal reasons, it does not.
It's not.
Someone said, if an item doesn't fit, what would someone do to get the right size?
Ooh, great question. So I'll answer that one.
Yeah.
Take it a break.
Thanks.
For orders in the U.S., you can have free exchanges and returns. So if you try something on, it doesn't fit up to 30 days after purchase, just send us an email. Send our customer service an email. It's info@volantedesign.us. You can also find it on our website. And we will do the best. If we have it in stock, we can exchange it out for the same thing in a different size. If we don't have it in stock, of course, we can do other things like store credit or give a refund. We want you to look the best in everything you wear. So if it doesn't fit for whatever reason, reach out. Sometimes our customer service, well, all the times, customer service can help you figure out what your exact size is. If the sizing chart is a little intimidating, they can kind of help walk you through the process and get you the perfect size.
And someone asked, any Shogun type coats, like armor types, sort greetings from Minnesota?
Hello, Minnesota. I don't know why I always want to call it like that. Minnesota. I have friends out in Minnesota, which is why.
The Shogun is a very unique piece. I don't think there is anything that is like one of the most explicitly armor-inspired jackets we've ever done.
You do have one here, I think.
Yes. But I think they're asking if we intend to make more things kind of like that.
Yeah.
Don't have anything like that on my current sort of docket. It's kind of that was a good time. That was a fun jacket to make. That was the Shogun came out in 2020. It was the first piece that we made that wasn't a mask after we made masks for 6 months.
Oh, yeah.
And Willow was like, we need something really cool. Make the most cool thing you've ever made. And I was like, I've been wanting to make a samurai coat for the longest time. I'm ready. I'm ready for this. And so we made that. And then the day of the photo shoot, we were going out at noon. And Sarah was like, man, it's too bad we don't have one of those hats. And I was like, we don't yet. We have an hour and a half before the photo shoot. I got it. And I made
Is that where
that's where the Jingasa came in? Yeah.
Ah.
And the first one was kind of messed up. But the ones that we ended up selling them, and the ones we ended up selling, I think had a ridiculous. And it was just like this kind of. It was. I mean, it's just like whenever I make gear, it's like nobody would have done it that way. But it had snaps, so like it's a cone, but it had snaps on one line. So if you unsnapped it, it would lay flat. So you could like store it flat.
Yeah.
But because it's a cone and it doesn't really have a place to sit on your head, and because we are not hat makers, I made a strap like basically like this that goes around your head, and then there were like loops that hung down from the cone and like hang onto the strap. It's a headband with like, it was weird, but I think I'm pretty pleased with how it came out.
Yeah.
This is really goofy, but really fun.
And this is not even an insult. Your imagination of that is like the umbrella hats in the 90s.
Yeah.
So you're just like,
It's exactly like that.
but cooler.
Yeah, it's exactly like that, but a war hat, you know?
A war umbrella.
To be honest, it also made it out of waterproof fabric because I was thinking the same thing.
A war umbrella.
Yeah, this is
See?
a war umbrella.
And then, oh God.
Because you don't want to be holding it, you got your sword.
It's not Liu Kang with a
Yep.
Mortal Kombat.
It
Yeah,
is.
it's Liu Kang.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, why did you?
Yeah, a blade around the edge?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been smart. Very sellable. Yeah.
This is how design meetings shouldn't go. Just
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Someone said, with the Devil May Cry anime coming for season 2, will there be a Virgil jacket in the near future?
Well, we have our Virgil jacket from DMC5. We don't have anything. The licensing around the DMC anime and Netflix and DMC in general right now is kind of weird. So I don't think we're adding any new products to the Devil May Cry collection, but we do currently have the ones that we already have. The Virgil, the Nero, and the Dante. And we are restocking Nero soon.
Here we are. And for those who don't know, because people ask us a lot, we have multiple colors of each of those jackets. So some people will be like, wait, why is Nero's in red or black? We do have all three colors. So we have the original colors character plus.
And we recently did the Nero jacket in Dante's colors. I personally think it's slick. It's really, I really like how it came out in red and black.
Someone said, I absolutely believe you sword fight through staff meetings. And someone asked, any new waterproof products in the future?
Yes. New waterproof products are coming soon. I don't
think we've had a sword fight yet. We have thrown a ninja star around.
We do, yeah, we've got a ninja star.
Yeah.
But just one, so it's a little bit,
Yeah.
It's like a Thunderdome kind of thing.
Beyblades, just
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like we found a lot of things to say about this funny triangle of fabric that looks cool when you wear it. Like,
This is why David's not in marketing. Buy this funny triangle of fabric.
I know what it was supposed to look like. I don't know what to say about it. I just knew that I wanted to make one of these for a very long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm really glad that we finally got to do it. I'm really excited that people loved it. I would love to explore more colorways and other things for the future. Thank you all for joining us.
See us at C2E2. I keep wanting to say ECCC. See us at C2E2 this weekend.
It's only two E. It was two C's and two E's. As opposed to the one
C2E2.
E. As opposed to the one E and three C's.
Now you're confused. Yes, yes. That's how letters and numbers work, David.
I'm sorry.
C2E2 this weekend. PAX in a month. Birthday month. We're having a lot of fun things happening this month. So come hang out.
I think Emerald City should change its convention name to E1C3, just to really confuse
PO.
people. Go ahead. Thank you all for joining us.
Bye.
See ya.
Do, do, do.